What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is boy Marty for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamari 4 here once again, and we are here to cover episode 10, 9, child, I don't know. It'll be up in the title though, of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I didn't do last week because, child, last week was just, there was a whole lot of shit going on. And by the time I actually watched the damn episode, it was too late. It was too late, so I just said, psh, I'll catch you next week, y'all. And I'm trying to get used to my hair being straight again, because if y'all remember, my hair is usually in my crinkle curls. But this past weekend, I went out with a couple of my friends to Schlitterbahn Water Park here in, well, not here, but over in San Antonio, Texas. We went for the weekend, and my hair just it's not fucked, but I'm just so used to it looking a certain way, and now that it's like bone straight, I don't know. I guess it's kind of cute, but I guess I'm used to it being a certain way. I don't know. What y'all think? What does it look like when it's just straight like this? Does it still look good, y'all? I don't know. But we're going to rock with it today. If it's not, fuck it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all, because I know I was sit here and babble on for days and days. But honestly, this episode was kind of boring and sad. Especially towards the end. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It was just kind of, I mean, they ended a sort of dull episode on such a sad note, but we're gonna still talk about it. We're gonna still talk about it. So the episode opens up with y'all gonna see me do this with my hair all day just because I'm still getting used to it. We open up with Alia in the studio rocking to some song. Now I did see or hear that Alia is somewhat of an actual legitimate singer. And I was like, okay, well, eventually they're going to showcase this girl's talent. And so, like, okay, well, it turns out that she can actually sing a little something, something. However, I hope that they're not trying to market her in a similar way to K. Michelle, who had had a little ratchet side, but was still, you know, very, very talented and still managed to come out of the Love and Hip Hop franchise with an actual career. Now, Alia, no. K. Michelle kind of had somewhat of a following prior to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She still had, you know, music videos, and she still had music. I don't know if the same is true for Alia. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I assume people had to know she sang somehow, some way. But I ain't heard nothing. And even after now, it's like people still don't too much know. But nobody really give a fuck. Just because her character is kind of messy and unnecessary on the show, so it's probably what people really don't care if she can sing or not. But Joseline comes in and wants to figure out whether or not she's really a singer, and I guess she gagged. But she was like, Joseline was like, oh, well, who's producing your music? And, you know, Alia was like, well, you know, Benzino manages all my music. And then here go Joseline go throw some shade. We're talking about some, I don't know, does he don't have any hits? Who are his hits? I was like, bitch. Now, Joseline, let me tell you something. You ain't in no one's position to be throwing shade about who has hits and who doesn't. Now, I know Stevie J had some hits in the fucking 90s or early 2000s, child. It's been 10 plus years, okay, since. Now, also, again, I always say, correct me if I'm wrong, bitch, but it's been at least 10 plus years before Stevie J has managed a hit of any sort by anyone. Okay, child. Not to take away from what he's done before, but bitch, from the way that you throwing shade at Benzino for trying to get, you know, his girlfriend's music off the ground, girl. Be throwing rocks when he's living in a glass house, honey. I'm just saying. Cause I heard that. What was that shit called? I've been getting money, Joseline. Bitch. Look, Joseline, I like you. You are like one of the very last interesting aspects of the show. But when you go on and on about how you're this bad bitch and how you're taking over the game, you've been saying that same line since season 1, and we're in midway through season 3. And these very few songs that you've released are in broken English. We can't understand half the shit that you're saying. And it's just not good. Even when people like Jennifer Lopez or Christina Aguilera release something in Spanish, or even Shakira release something in Spanish, it still sounds good, okay? You know, there's just nothing about you musically that's appealing to any audience ever. Or at least not that you showed me yet. And it's been 3 seasons, like I said. If you ain't done it by now. Anyway. So, bitch, don't try it is the main point that I was trying to say. Because you, girl. Next, we talk about Carly and Diddy Dirty Money Girl. In, I'm going to get that bitch name eventually. What's her name? Did I write it down later? Bitch. Kina. I ain't going to call her Diddy Dirty Money Girl. Lord forgive me. But anyway, Carly Rae got her a new wig. Do I like it? I'm not sure. The jury's still out on that. But they start talking about what I assume to be lesbianisms and threesomes. Well, that was the kind of conversation, the vibe of the conversation that I was getting from this particular scene in the mattress store. Of how random. Did y'all see when it panned over to the guy that was working in that shit, looking like, I hope these niggas don't steal from me? And what the hell they doing with all these cameras? That was horrible. But still, it was funny. So, Kalina's talking about how her friend Ashley she wants her friend Ashley to come. And her and Ashley have been best friends, and she's been there and all this other stuff. But in my mind, you know, how I'm interpreting is that, you know, every now and then, you know, yes, Ashley's been there. Ashley's been a good friend of mine. Ashley's also been there to eat my pussy when I want her to do it. You know, she's been there to comfort me in other ways. You know, when I can't talk to my husband, I can go over to Ashley's house and I can eat her out, and we can, you know, scissor each other down and bump carpets and all that stuff. That's what I was getting. And Carly Rae sitting there like, she didn't do all this shit. Maybe I want to do this shit too. And she was just... Girl, please, child. We don't even want to see you in heterosexual relationships. You think we want to see you with another bitch? I think not. Carly Rae is talking about some, oh well, how did she say it? What if I wanted to play or do some shit? Like, how would Ashley feel about that? And I'm thinking in my head, like, did you really just subtly ask Kina if she would sleep with you on the low? But then be like, oh no, I don't know if I ever been with girls like that, and da 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 da. Does anybody really want to see Carly Rae and another bitch? Do we? Is that something we want to see? Cause I'll pass. Personally, I'll pass. Really, I don't want to see. Never mind. I don't know why I'm so bad on this. I don't know why I just feel like so mean, but I'm just like, child, I just don't want to see that. I already had to witness Nico and that whole situation going on tape, naked with Mimi and her whole situation going on. And this situation and that situation, all the situations was just unfortunate. And I don't want to see no more. It's just not working for anybody in this motherfucking cast. But we're going to move forward. Speaking of disgusting shit, Kirk and Rashida have sex. I don't want to think about Rashida and that charcoal ass covered dick in nothing. Nam vagina. Country as hell. Nam vagina. Ew. Like, no. Do you know where that dick has been, girl? You've seen where that dick is. Oh shit, nah, bitch. Rashida, you easy girl. He done did all this shit, and you just gonna be whatever. I ain't in her feelings. I can't. I'm only on the outside looking in. I can't judge, and I don't. You know, you can only give advice when people are in relationships that you know ain't shit. And you the only one outside looking in. They're the one that's in the shit. They will not have their invested feelings. So it's hard for you to tell them what to do if you're not having those same invested feelings. You can only just tell them that this is what it is, regardless of how you feel about it emotionally. This ain't it for you, boo. And then Kirk, I don't know what more Kirk has to do to get Rashida to wake up. I mean, I guess, well, I mean, they had that 15 years relationship, and they have 2 kids. I believe that Carter is their second child they have together, if I'm not mistaken. And I guess when you've been with somebody that long, you don't want to try to seek that kind of relationship again, starting over, because you'll go in thinking that, okay, well, this guy was this way, and I've invested all this time into this person. How is anybody else going to be any different, right? So I can understand why you want to find every reason in the world to stay, but bitch, sometimes you just gotta let stuff go. And I just feel like Kirk is one of those things that you just need to let the fuck go. But I mean, like, if Rashida wants it, what can we say? And speaking about people letting stuff go, we get to Mimi and Nico talking about this sex tape. First of all, Mimi, I don't know, you have that new wig in her confessional, that blonde wig. I don't like it. Try again. I'm just gonna I just threw that out there. And again, Nico is talking about this sex tape like it's a fucking money bag. And Mimi is once again feeling uncomfortable by it, and he's talking about making a fucking sequel. Nico, who do you think you are that we want to see, a repeat of what we saw? Yours sex tape was nothing more, and then you wanted people to pay money, hard-earned cash, coins and dollars, on seeing you naked with Mimi naked. No, ma'am. We could find better stuff on RedTube, XTube, Pornhub, MyVidster for the free ski. We don't need you and your ashy ass, and we don't need Mimi and her black hole of a cooch to be paying money out of my account just to see that. Nope. I don't need you. Hell no. Damn sequel, bitch. Even Mimi had to be like, honey, ain't nobody gonna be doing no goddamn sequel, bitch. You fucking tried it. And Mimi is finally, after a season and a half, starting to figure out, maybe I am being used. Maybe I have been stupid. Just maybe. It just takes her a while, y'all. We've been trying to tell her she hadn't listened. It just took her a bit. We just had to be patient with her. Kina and her husband talk about Ashley. Now, again, this threesome shit, and I was confused. I'm not sure if I misunderstood. Kina was saying to her husband, okay, she wanted them to sleep in the room so that she could have sex with her husband. And she made it seem as if they've done this before, almost. That wasn't completely clear. But hey, of course, being a dude, he's all for the shit. And I'm just like, you know what? I never understood personally about those type of relationships, especially being husband and wife. If you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, I still don't like it. But hey, if that's what you want to do, then it is what it is. But it's just not for me. You invite other people to get into the bedroom. Jamar would never do that. I feel like once you starting to invite other people into the bedroom, then the relationship between the two of us is kind of pretty much dying. Because what you need another bitch for? I'm just saying. If you want to invite another bitch, then I'll exit the room and find another room to go into. I'm just saying. I don't believe in threesomes in relationships. Now, if you find somebody attractive and they find somebody else attractive and you're attracted to the other person and y'all want to do something, get your life. But if we're supposed to be in a relationship, like, you know, monogamous and shit, no, that ain't gonna fly. Not with me. Maybe with the next bitch, but not with me. I'm just saying. Stevie J and Joseline talk about how she went over to Athia's place and talked to her about stuff and how her music sounds like it's 1980s and Joseline is 2014. Girl, I said this already earlier in the video. No. Music-wise, no. No. I don't know who Joseline really think that she is musically. Like, she's the bad bitch, put her on the stage. I hadn't seen Joseline on nobody's stage nowhere. Okay? Like I always said, correct me if I'm motherfucking wrong. I ain't seen shit. I've seen her put out these low-quality ass videos that could have been shot with an iPhone 3GS, edited with Windows Movie Maker, and just no. Just no. You be calling yourself the baddest bitch in the game. Honey, anyway, I don't know what game you playing, but it ain't the music industry. Arian and Mimi talk about Nico. And Mimi, this is where I kind of feel like you sort of claimed insanity, because Arian laid it out for you as plain as day. She said basically that she knows that Nico pretty much leaked that tape. And even though you've heard somebody else say it, you've had your own reservations about it, and also you've seen for yourself that Nico is pretty much using you for money and isn't too much caring about the relationship itself, but more so how the relationship can make him some coins. And for you to say, I understand all that, but I like what I like, you claim stupidity. Mimi has just claimed she's insane or stupid, whichever one fits you better, bitch. You just said, I like what I like. Arian said it as plain as day, like, you're being used. He doesn't too much give a fuck about you and how you feel. You've had your own reservations about this relationship, and you've seen him perform fuck shit in front of your face. You just told the bitch that you found lipstick inside the inside of his collar, but yet she liked what she liked. Mimi's attracted to dysfunction. That's what it is. That's what it is. She needs something to be fucked up in her life for her to feel like, okay, I feel whole, that now I'm in dysfunction. Like, bitch, no. Whatever. She's claimed the stupidity. There's nothing more that we can really say about it. And she's like, how can, if Nico is the man that I love, how can I not believe the man that I love? When you look through your own motherfucking eyeballs and corneas and see the shit for what the fuck it is. That's how you not believe a man that you love, when he's sitting there lying to you dead in your fucking face. Child, Mimi, we can only preach for you for so long, girl, just because before you become a lost cause. Some of these other reviewers have pretty much written your ass off a long time ago. But I'm trying, bitch. Being a good Christian, I'm trying. Joseline has these auditions for this pole shit. Girl, did y'all see Miss Big Thighs trying to get up on that pole? She got up there though, but girl, she was struggling. Oh shit! And then that one white lady, she was like, "Do you know who I am? Do you know about the Puerto Rican princess?" I mean, I'm sure she had to have known something, or did she just see pole dancing classes? I'm not sure how these people found out about what this was. She was like, no. And I'm like, well, how would you expect her to know who she was? Like I said before, Joseline ain't been on no stage. She ain't had no music video premiere on a public setting. She hadn't had shit that anybody really gave too much a fuck about musically, so how would they know who the fuck you are if she didn't watch the previous 2 seasons of this show? Anywho, I thought that was funny. But some of them strippers, they was doing everything. The white girl that I'm talking about that didn't know who she was, she turned it though. She she did that. Let's see, what's the last things I want to talk about? Arian and Nico. Pretty much, long story short, Arian approaches Nico in the gym, asks him dead to his face whether or not that he had something to do with this tape being leaked, and pretty much confronted him about all the bullshit that came with his whole vacation story and shit. And once again, every scenario that Nico has had to tell the truth, he is denied. And Arian was just like, well, since he's gonna sit here and lie to my face, fuck him, I'm out. And she dips. So then Ashley comes and Kalina's all happy and shit, and this is the part where they kind of threw me off for a loop. Kalina and Ashley are at the house with the husband, and she brings up the whole, you know, I planned this for sleeping in one room. Like, how'd you feel about that? I thought Ashley was gonna be A1. She was like, no. I was like, ooh, what? Okay, so basically, it's like Kalina said, Ashley kind of wants Kalina to herself. I thought she was, you know, secretly trying to fuck her best friend's husband, but she don't even want that. She want, you know, some of Kalina. So I'm like, oh, okay. Didn't see that one coming, but okay. So Alia tells Benzino about her fucking Stevie a long time ago, just like everything was a long time ago with her ass. And Benzino want to get mad and do all this stuff. And I understand you might feel some sort of a way because that's your best friend and everything, but at least the bitch told you. Okay, she could have just been a nasty bitch and just not giving a fuck about it and just didn't tell you at all. So I'm trying to give her some kind of credit, you know? But at the same time, Alia, you tried to say like, oh, I don't want to be played, but I fucked your best friend. That it don't work like that, sis. That you got the equation and the syntax all wrong, honey. You can't say you fucked my best friend and then worry what I'm doing. It don't work like that. But hey, they got mad. I'm sure Benzino will be over it because that was kind of, at least she told you. That's the point. At least she told you. And the episode ends with Benzino finding out that his mother passed, and I don't ever like to see people go through that because I can only imagine how it would be for me, and I know my mom means a whole lot to me, so I, of course, felt sympathetic for Benzino. Anybody losing their mom is not something that people want to think about. It's definitely not something that people want to experience, so and it's not something that you can just get over in a matter of time, no matter when this was taped or filmed. If this really happened, then I do send my prayers and condolences out to Benzino and his family for losing the matriarch of the family, which is usually the mother. So my prayer definitely go out to Mr. Benzino about that. And that was the end of the episode, y'all. So make sure you guys like, comment, tell me what you think about what I discussed in this video. I love to see what you guys have to say. Yeah. And I will see you guys for the next video. Oh, my back hurt. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.